Welcome to Trading Nation. I'm Seema Modi. Take a look at Bitcoin going bust, the cryptocurrency falling below the very critical $30,000 level on Tuesday. This move comes as investors look to cut risk following Monday's market sell-off and as the Delta variant creates murky waters for the broader market here. The rest of the crypto space is under pressure if you look at Ether, Litecoin, Dogecoin, among others. Let's get some market perspective. Katie Stockton of Fairlead Strategies, Delano Sapru of New Street Advisors. Delano, I'll start with you. A lot of investors looking at these cryptocurrencies moving lower and saying, was I right to get in? Your thoughts?
Yeah, that's a good question, Seema. And there's a perspective on timing on that. So I thought of a lot of people that were speculating when the price was really at its highs and they were jumping in at that time and really looking for a quick profit. They were wrong at that time. Now, if we're looking at current times, we're trading around just under 30,000 for Bitcoin specifically. I think you want to look at it as where is the support going to come for? Where is demand going to be driven up? And I think you probably have more downside, maybe to around the 22,000 range or 17,000 range for Bitcoin, going back to December 20th of last year. But from there, I do think there'll be upside. I think there'll be demand as investors see that the value is just there, especially for long-term investors. They're looking at this more of a long-term kind of play for them. But I do think you keep dollar cost averaging, especially if you're someone that's looking at it long-term. We're seeing a lot of clients that still want to get invested in this space when they're looking at it from a different kind of a long-term strategy.
Katie, is there more pain ahead just from a technical perspective as you look through the charts?
Well, I also think it's important to reconcile the time horizon of which we're sort of analyzing Bitcoin and the others. And certainly more recently, there's been a consolidation phase. And indeed, for Bitcoin, that 30,000 level, it is important support. It marks the bottom boundary of a consolidation phase. It's a very widely watched level. And with that, it becomes what I call ripe for a shakeout. A shakeout is essentially a false breakdown. It's when you see a dip below a support level like this 30,000 and then a very quick snapback because the market essentially shakes out those weak holders of Bitcoin. That could be what's happening right now, and we'll know very, very quickly. If we do see an immediate rebound by the end of this week even, then that would suggest that indeed Bitcoin has seen some kind of false breakdown and can resume its long-term uptrend. And I say long-term uptrend because our models still show the long-term moving averages and related sort of indicators pointing higher for Bitcoin. There is some secondary support around 27,000 that would be targeted by a breakdown below 30,000. And that level is more important to us in terms of sort of defining that long-term uptrend. So we still believe it to be in an uptrend. And with that in mind, we tend to give it the benefit of the doubt, but really we can't be convinced that this consolidation phase is a bottoming process until we see momentum really turn. And it obviously hasn't done that yet. Where that becomes clearer is when we see a breakout above something as simple as the 50-day moving average. That's around 34,500 at this time. And that would be a convincing turnaround for Bitcoin.
We'll be watching if we can get back to 40,000. Katie and Delano, good perspective on both sides. Thank you. Great to see you both. And thank you all for watching Trading Nation.